Good morning. Sorry, I'm a little bit excited. Today's my first day working at the SCP Foundation, and I've been charged with going through some of these files. So, let's get into it. First, we have item number SCP-P066. Object class, safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-P066 entities are allowed to wander freely throughout all Foundation. They are to be monitored at all times, and if one or a group of them is spotted following a certain individual, the individual is to be closely monitored over the next 24 hours. In the unlikely event that an SCP-P066 specimen wanders away from the site, a D-Class personnel is to be taken and have their radial artery cut, ensuring the D-Class has a slow death? Wait, what? Why? Just why? Maybe there's a logical explanation in the description? SCP-P066 is a phantasmal entity that appears to resemble a winged black lion with blue and purple flames spawning from its wings, tail, and above its head. Some have stated that it resembles a manticore from Persian mythology, but the similarities are superficial at best. The entity also lacks feet, instead having long purple spikes where paws should be. Due to this, it cannot actually stand, but simply hovers in the air. The entity's face is also covered by a mask, and we have not been able to remove it as the entity becomes quite agitated. Okay, so it's an emo lion. That doesn't explain why killing a guy will somehow make it not escape. The first specimen of SCP-P066 was captured shortly before an incident involving SCP-P101-B. Wait, that one looks familiar. Yeah, probably just one of those deja vu things. 24 hours before the experiment that would spawn SCP-P101 took place, this creature quite literally showed up at our doorstep and appeared to follow many of the operatives that would shortly die during the experiment. We began to observe this behavior and found that every time this entity would take an interest in a human, they would die around 24 hours later. It does not appear to cause these deaths, but does know when they will happen. We have tried to exploit this in order to prevent Foundation deaths, but it appears that no matter what we try, the operative ends up dead within 24 hours anyway. Oh, so it's a final destination, emo lion. I suppose that must be why the D-Class's radial artery needs to be cut, as that would cause the victim to slowly breathe out, causing the entity to want to come back. Wait, how do I know that? Anyway, let's move on to the next file. Item number SCP-P096. Object class, Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP-P096 is to be kept in an underground locked cave system, approximately 33 feet underground. This cave system is to be lined with sprinklers that, when activated, spray a sub-zero coolant if the entity is ever seen to be provoked. Description: SCP-P096 is a red draconic entity with a long flowing mane spawning from its neck. It also has several bits of igneous rock lining several parts of its body, such as its horns, legs, and forearms. We are as of yet unaware if this is part of its anatomy. SCP-P096 has the ability to manipulate both earth and fire, the latter of which it can produce from its maw. Its arms, which are either made up of or covered in molten rock, are able to punch straight through steel walls, which has made containing it quite difficult. In fact, when we first tried to contain it, it ended up escaping and killing over 20 operatives. I'm sorry, over 20 operatives in one day? How do you manage to lose that many people in a single attack? However, one of the most difficult parts of containing this entity has nothing to do with the entity itself, but its followers. Before we found it, this creature was worshipped by a strange cult who saw the creature as a sort of god. In fact, they believed the entire continent they lived on was on the back of a giant version of this entity. This cult, as I suppose was expected, did not appreciate us capturing their savior, and have multiple times broken into the facility and attempted to free the entity. Most of the time, they have been stopped easily, with only a few casualties. However, there have been a few cases in which they have managed to free the entity, leading to mass casualties, and thus eventually moving the entity. Okay, how bad is the security here that a group of average, if not partially insane humans can easily break into it? I know you're more focused on keeping things in than you are out, but still. Okay, so this is getting really, really weird, and looking at this next one, I don't think it's going to get better. Item number SCP-P033. Object Class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-P033 is to be kept in a 50 by 50 foot containment cell, filled with jungle foliage. 38 kilograms of bamboo is to be placed into its cell daily for it to sustain itself. Description: SCP-P033 is a tall, giant panda-like entity covered in moss and other plant life. Similar to other SCP-P specimens, such as P008 and P064, it can control these plants, as well as the ones surrounding it. Wait, why do those two look familiar? I've been getting this deja vu much more recently, and never mind. However, the form of attack it most often uses is martial arts. Somehow, despite having no human training, this creature is capable of performing several martial arts moves, albeit quite clumsily. So it's a grass kung fu panda? Someone called Jack Black, am I right? Wait, what do you mean he works here? And why am I not surprised by that? Anyway, back to the file. This creature is also incredibly strong, much more than its appearance would suggest. In experiments, we have found that it's able to break through 3,000 sheets of paper. Why are we using paper as a form of measurement? I mean, I have no doubt that punching through 3,000 sheets of paper is impressive, but that seems like a very vague form of calculating the strength of this entity. Why not use sheets of titanium, something the Foundation uses on a daily basis? Whatever, back to the file. The strangest ability this creature has, however, is its ability to fly. Despite all known laws of aviation, SCP-P033 is able to rotate the long leaf spawning from its head at speeds so fast it can essentially work as a biological propeller. What? This moss-covered Kung Fu Panda ripoff can also fly. How? Why? What the heck is going on here? Okay, last file. I can do this. Oh, that looks cute. Does it shoot acid or nerve gas or something? SCP-P055. Object Class, Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-P055 specimens are allowed to roam free throughout the facility, though at night they are contained in a 175 by 175 foot cell with an internal temperature of 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Description: SCP-P055 is a semi-draconic entity with blue fur. Some have compared these creatures to more common ferrets, but any similarity is superficial. It is surprisingly large, being big enough for people to ride. Currently, we are experimenting with ways they could possibly be used to help the Foundation as mounts. Their bodies also seem to be covered with glowing blue crystals, possibly believed to be the source of their power. They also have the ability to breathe and control ice particles, freezing opponents solid, though this is temporary and they seem to only do this when threatened. Okay, this one seems cute. What's going to go wrong? These creatures are also known for their ability to roll like a tire. In ancient times, where human and SCP interaction was more common, domesticated versions of these SCPs were often used to make butter. Barrels of milk were tied to them, and the creature's natural rolling would churn the butter. We've yet to find an actual use for this ability, but the SCPs do seem to enjoy this. Aw, that's so wholesome. What's going to go wrong? Are you going to violently kill one of them? Do they decide to eat somebody's face? Just get it over with. However, the creature's cuteness has also caused one incident. Here we go. An SCP operative, whose name has been classified, noticed the peculiar and adorable way these SCPs walked, recorded it, set it to music, and shared it around the Foundation. At first it was fine and served as a good morale boost in the often depressing and anxious Foundation. However, things quickly got out of hand when another operative, who will once again go unnamed, released the video publicly online. It went viral, and what followed was months of taking down, decrediting, and erasing memories of the video. The two operatives involved, the one who originally recorded it and the one who shared it, were both quickly eliminated. What? Why? And I guess I maybe understand why the guy who shared the video was eliminated. That was a dumb move on his part, but the first guy, all he tried to do was make his coworkers happy. And even then, couldn't you just erase their memories? And send them back out into the world? I know that N.E.R.D sticks are somewhat faulty and memories can be recalled in the form of deja vu, but... Wait, didn't... Hey, what are you doing with that N.E.R.D stick? Good morning. Sorry, I'm a little bit excited. Today's my first day working at